Now I know I say this all the time, and I really do mean it. If you don't know how to draw, it doesn't really matter how many cool art supplies you have in your stash. Your project is just not gonna look very good. I know that sounds so harsh, right? But it's true, and that's why I spent so much time devoted to teaching my students how to draw before we get into our mixed media projects. And Arteza asked if they could send me a bunch of products, and I said yes, because awesome products. But the one thing I actually specifically requested from them is the one supply you really truly cannot go without if you're trying to become awesome at drawing. Because having this one simple supply really takes your drawings to a whole new level of awesomeness. And I'm gonna show you exactly what it is in this video. All right, the one product that you cannot skip if you're gonna be drawing and you want to make accurate, very three-dimensional lifelike drawings is you need to use a pencil set. You really truly do. Now a lot of my classes I teach that I just use like a Dixon Ticonderoga #2, like something like this, and you can push down and lighten your pencil to make the scale that you need, but I really want to demonstrate today just how important it is if you want to be a killer artist, not an artist who kills, mind you, but a killer artist. You really do need to be working with the entire value scale. Now what the heck is a value scale? I'm going to show you using Arteza's pencil set. Also this sketchbook, this is 100 pages. It comes in a 2-pack, and I gotta tell you, I had like zero expectations for these when I was sent them. I was like, okay, sketchbooks, blah, blah, blah. I own like 500 myself. I have many that I'm happy with, and I was kind of blown away. I'm not gonna lie. I was blown away by these sketchbooks. You know why? Because it says it's made for dry material, acid-free heavyweight paper, ideal for a variety of dry media. It says right on the cover, but you know what? It actually works really well with watercolor. What? Like, that was completely unexpected. So I did a bunch of like color, like pencil illustrations, but then I actually was like, you know what? This feels so rich. And I was like, I wonder if it could take water. And guess what, you guys? It does. And this size, I've never worked in a journal of this size. I like to work big, so this is pretty big, which I'm loving. It's 8.3 times 11.7, so it's like a wonky size, but I love it. I know, I hate to sound like an advertisement, but like literally, I love it. So I can't believe that I can use water with it. So I really do want to plug these. I only like do videos using products that I truly enjoy. Otherwise, I'm like lying to everyone, and I don't like that. So I really, really, really do truly like this. All right, so why the heck would you use a whole pencil set? Because you want to work in a whole value scale. Having kick-ass drawings means making things look three-dimensional. What's the best way to make things look three-dimensional? By using a value scale. What the heck is a value scale? I'm going to show you right now. So starting with your lightest pencil, this is a 4H. It's basically using everything from white to black. And so having a pencil, like a whole set, that was 4H. H stands for hardness. Every pencil in the set has will tell you what the number and letter is. And it goes from 4H. This is a 3. And it goes on down the scale. F, center. I don't know what the heck the F stands for. La 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 la. HB is like the same. It's a little bolder. It's almost like, you know, the perfect segue point between these are the H's, and then we're going towards the B's. These are my favorite place to hang out. This is a straight B. And as you go down your pencil set, you're gonna get darker and darker and darker. The high numbered B's are really soft and squishy, and they make really dark lines. The only thing that they're missing in these pencil sets is a true black, because you have your value scale, you have all the way from white to black. Wait, where's the black? So I do always add in my own blacks. All right, so then I just grabbed like my regular, just a black colored pencil, and now our value scale is truly complete, okay? So again, when you're drawing, you want to have all of these shades represented somewhere, and that is what's gonna take your shading to the next level. And I'm gonna do a full demo right now so you can see what I mean. I also wanna thank Arteza for sending me these really cool, these are erasers, okay? So this is fantastic because especially when you're doing realistic things like eyes or hair, you wanna really carve out the areas that you're erasing, and sometimes you really do need, I'm so psyched about these, you really do need to get in, like if I have an eye that's fully shaded and I want to get out like a little twinkle, like in my reference right here, see that little twinkle? You need a little bitty eraser to kind of get in there, and it's really cool, and so you can boop, 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 and all done. And the only other thing you really need to make your drawing a success is a blending stump or a Q-tip, or you can even use the tips of your finger. So let's do a drawing demo so you can see exactly what a big impact this value scale can have. So whenever you're starting off a new project, just grab your lightest or your hardest leaded pencil. So this is the 4H, and it's great for doing guidelines and just roughing out things. Now the only thing to keep in mind when you do the harder leads is that sometimes they're actually harder to erase because they honestly can make like an indentation in your paper. So sometimes it's better to start with even just a regular B or HB, and then you just don't push down as hard. But having the whole set just makes all of those options available to you. Now when I get to laying down graphite for shading, I hold my pencil in a very different way than I do when I'm drawing ordinarily. And I hold it just like this on its side, and I use the side of the graphite pencil to make my shading marks, and I just completely change my hand and my motions and everything. So I'm using just the whole wide part of the lead there, which is completely different again than when I'm like drawing straight lines. So I get all my shading in, I really just scrumble it around, and I'm looking back and forth between the reference and my drawing and the reference and my drawing to make sure that the shape of the shading regions are going to be the same. And I'm using a soft pencil this whole entire time. So the original guidelines were drawn in a 4H, and then my more confident lines were drawn in an H or an HB. And then those darker lines are all scuffed in by the 6B. And then what happens is when you use your blending stump, the graphite just magically smooshes around, for really no lack of a better term. And you want to smoosh it around as much as possible. Now she looks crazy for sure, but things really start to make sense and to come together when we start introducing that black pencil. The black is 1000% key to making and completing the value scale. So you have all these wonderful shades of grays and the nuances, but when you add that black pencil in on top of all those gradients and shading, things come together pretty magically. I wanted to slow things down enough to show you also this little pencil eraser in action because it's really effective, and I super appreciated that. I did not know they were going to be sending me that, and I have used others, and I find them to be very, very hard and difficult to use. This one comes with its own sharpener, and it's very soft, and it works extremely well in getting these little areas very easily erased. So I'm really pleased with that bonus bonus package, if you will. Again, I do not talk up products that I do not feel strongly about, and so I was super excited to try these out, and I was also so excited about how well they worked because I certainly didn't have to. So it was a big asset to my drawing. Again, using that black Prismacolor pencil, you can use any brand, doesn't matter, is everything in really completing the value step, the value scale. So you want to have certainly all those pencils that were included, plus a black, and then at the very, very end, you'll see I also use a touch of a white gel pen. If there was any little spots or areas that needed some sparkle, this paper is actually slightly off-white, so you're not going to get the white anyways. You can always use a white pencil, white charcoal or pastel, or white gel pen to give those little extra sparkles. that you need. But I really was able to do 99.99% of all of this with just using the pencil set and the black pencil. And other than that, we were really ready to go. So again, I was super happy with the sketch pad. It has a really, really lovely texture to it. So when you're using graphite and shading techniques, it works like a dream. So again, highly surprised, very excited. I was able, again, using that pencil eraser, you can see me carving out some mistakes, fine-tuning all those areas of dark and light. And if you want to have access to the reference that I use for this, as well as the real-time, unedited, untime-lapse version, you can get this whole thing. It's the June lesson for the Fun Fab Drawing Club on my website at awesomeartschool.com. So there's just some tiny last-minute details with my gel pen. Had a great time with this project. I know my students are gonna love this for June. Perfect summer project. And thanks to Arteza. You guys can check the description box for links to the products that I received and reviewed today, as well as a coupon, which is good for another few weeks. So you can enjoy some nice savings on that. Have a great week.